Steve Patterson of Australia, who was fifth in Tokyo, went down with the best clearance at 185. 3 failures for her at 189. But the wind, and this gusting wind that we keep talking about, we're talking about it a lot because we're hoping it'll die down and give these athletes nicer conditions. But it should be behind these fellas in the 110-metre hurdles. There is Schmidt. And there has been a change of lanes. Yeah. Koen Schmidt, who's a 1350 athlete this year. Martineau Lagarde goes in lane 2. He was due to be in lane 8. There has been a very late change of lanes. Martineau Lagarde, of course, 4th in Rio, 5th in Tokyo. Won here back in 2014, the Frenchman. And then Jason Joseph of Switzerland, European Under-23 champion back in 2019, a semi-finalist in Tokyo. Set a personal best just 12 days ago. There is Levon Levy, Tokyo bronze medalist and Commonwealth champion back in 2018, in great form, the Jamaican. And Devon Allen, well, second in the US Olympic trials, a frustrating 4th at the actual games in Tokyo, the American. 13:10 he's run this year, very close to his lifetime best. But here is the reigning Olympic champion, Hansel Parchment, goes in lane 6. Parchment, bronze medalist in London 2012, really under the radar a little bit in Tokyo, but he took that gold. Daniel Roberts goes in lane 7. The 3rd in the Olympic trials as a semi-finalist at the games for the USA. And then Andy Pozzi goes in lane 8. He was due to have been over in lane 1. There's just been this little shuffling of lanes. So Rashid Broadbell pulled out. So there's been this redraw. Broadbell of Jamaica, world number 6. Didn't run in Tokyo. So that line up again from the far side to the right of the picture in lane 1, Koen Schmidt of the Netherlands, in personal best form, but on paper by some margin the slowest in this field. Can improve yet further with this following wind that we expect. Martineau Lagarde goes in 2, Jason Joseph in 3, Ronald Levy goes in 4, the Tokyo bronze medalist, Devon Allen in 5, he was 4th in Tokyo, Parchment the Olympic champion in 6, second to left Daniel Roberts the USA, and Andy Pozzi the world indoor champion to the left in lane 8 for Great Britain. Well, really good start there. And looking strong at the moment is Devon Allen, and also going well on the near side is Parchment. Parchment hits that bar, and Devon Allen's going to take this one. He goes away quite comfortably there. Well, really impressive from Devon Allen. Kept it together. Jason Joseph also had a really strong run for the Swiss. Best of 13:12 just 12 days ago, and then he won in Bern 5 days ago. The wind plus 2.9, it was blowing them into those barriers, and that might be what upset Parchment. And you've got too strong a following wind in the hurdles. Of course, the wind blows you and your stride pattern gets upset, and you get up too close to the barriers, and Parchment hit, was it hurdle 7, something like that, pretty hard. We'll have a look at the replay. Quick time from Allen, 13:07, but for that following wind being over the limit, it would be a season's best, but he won't be bothered about that. Takes the race and some big names in his wake.
Yeah, disappointment for the Olympic champion, who ended up walking in the end. This was one of the great stories, wasn't it, Parchment, about, he got on the wrong bus, didn't he, to go to the stadium in the Olympics, and a volunteer got him a taxi, and then he went back and thanked that volunteer. It was a great story, but he needed a bit of help here tonight. Devon Allen hit, I think it was the 2nd and 4th flights, but then got smooth, and Parchment smashes that one. Another one after that, completely off balance, walks it in, and Devon Allen takes the win. As you were saying, Tim, the wind's sadly just a little bit strong. That Allen did well to readjust after he absolutely clattered the second barrier. And there's Parchment almost off balance, almost falling over. Well done to Jason John, huge cheer for him in front of his home crowd. But Allen, just too good for the others. Martineau Lagarde, solid run from him as well. Would you say that was the biggest surprise of the Olympics? Or certainly was one of them, wasn't it? Parchment winning the 110 hurdles. I mean, Holloway was one of the hottest favourites, wasn't he?
Well, he was, yeah, and I think a lot of people wondered what happened to Holloway, but you've got to remember, Parchment turns up and gets the job done. He's so experienced. Bronze medalist in London, Steve, back in 2012, and a silver medal in between London and Tokyo at the World Championships in 2015. There's the win for Allen, 13.07 ahead of Joseph and Martin Odegaard, all those three under 13.20.